All right, today we're going to talk about why excessive consumerism needs to be more reflective upon. And to begin, consumerism, the definition of it, will be an act that by consuming more and more products and services gives you a better outcome of life. You know what? I'm trying to think about it, like better happiness, status, and overall fulfillment. While materialism is just the act of by obtaining and maintaining. Oh, you see what I did there? Obtaining, maintaining these products that you are able to have a more fruitful and what's even insane, not just fruitful, but just the act that you don't need any spiritual or intellectual needs or values. Now let's get right into it. So, in my theory and just my observations, I believe that consumerism is more of a gray entity, meaning the reason why we have a lot of consumerism mindsets and just like outcomes, especially in our like ever changing society, is because that fuels our greater sense of like innovation, of better, faster, and more luxurious goods. And as a result of these desires for more consumption, we are able to have like jumps in just like in automobile technology, electronics, and fashion for like more user experience oriented like products. But some of the side effects that we all have to be conscious and not just like it is what it is that like with greater consumption creates greater waste and terrible like working conditions in factories. And what's even harder to regulate is that as our society and our economies uses technology more, they're able to bypass legal regulation and reform. So that just gives me like a question of like we do realize that consumption is not that good in our society, but how can we better um how can we like better approach it where it doesn't leave people behind, like the individuals that actually contribute to the product's value. On the other hand of consumerism, I see materialism as a very not as beneficial attribute of our ever changing society because materialism just creates the idea that having more means that you are successful in a certain aspect of life, like where you can flaunt your wealth or you could show that you have more luxuries while your essentials are, covered, of course. But what you can't hate with materialism societies is that they all emphasize on creativity and novelty. Now, the pros and cons of each would be like consumerism is going to be where you always have to be reliant depending on if those manufacturers create like a certain lifespan in which it breaks, especially with electronics, or they just have a different approach like Patagonia, how when you buy their products that you'll be able to continually use it and not have a shelf life of use. In my experience, including the United States, have a result of a deeper divide in like social classes, how it divides the people from the 1% to the low income individuals, while the middle class becomes separated to either the 1% group or the lower income group. And something that, like, I don't know, like kind of intimidating is that they rely more on the identity of the products as who they are, while some other societies that aren't reliant on materialism often approach their life of like more intellectual or spiritual values to not be like the Pinocchio of materialism society. And for consumerism, I view consumerism as a less aggressive approach of materialism, while I view excessive consumerism as materialism. How consumerism is just the consumption of goods, while materialism is just buying and maintaining to maintain a certain class or a certain identity. While consumption, I just view as like kind of like not being able to settle down and by always just consuming more and more products. The scary aspect of that is societies start off as a consumerism structure, but as times become more harder and harder, they become more materialistic. And what's interesting about that, in my perspective, is consumerism will always keep you poor, but materialism will show you what class you will fall into. So let's get on the freestyle rap. Let's get it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, I don't need you. I don't wanna get that energy. Yeah. Na 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 na. Yeah, walking on the street, who do I see? I don't wanna be Pinocchio. Who you tryna go with the waves? I don't wanna go with the trend. Yeah, I understand what you gotta do. Tryna be better, faster with the luxury products. Hey, I don't want the luxury tags. I don't want the import energy. Just tryna rely on my essential energy with the products. I just gotta get the domestic products. Who you tryna fool around with this? Yeah, I don't wanna be too material. Yeah, I just gotta buy what I need. Every time when I go out, I just gotta understand. I don't people be advertising with my identity. Yeah, I ain't Pippa to Pinocchio. Why you tryna control my mindset? Who you tryna go with the flow? Hey, there ain't no middle class, gotta watch out how you gonna operate. Yeah, OGs always they be moving in the shadows. They know what to buy, they know what to say. Yeah, I don't wanna be too material, but I just gotta be creative and with the novelty. Yeah, I just understand with the pitfalls that comes with consumerism. Yeah, I don't want the excessive waste. I just gotta get a better understanding of the outcomes. People always be going loopholes, taxes, gonna hide in shadows. Who you proving? Who you lying? Yeah. Hey, gotta keep it real slow. I don't gotta follow. I don't wanna be divided. Hey, come around with the identity. Hey, where did the all spiritual, intellectual values be at when they never was there? They got hijacked by consumerism. Hey, consumerism. Gotta watch out if you don't. They gonna change your mind, change your ways, change your life. Who you gonna rely? Gotta take it real slow by the essentials, domestic energy with the goods and service. Why you tryna get the imported? I don't want the luxury tax on me, yeah. But feel free to comment down below if you have any other opinions or insights. Let me know. I'll do my due diligence to report back. And on the next episode.